Hello everyone, my name is James Bogo and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're new, just consider subscribing, it will really help. So today I have fees management system, a courage fees management system that I've developed in Python that I wanted to share with you guys. So I'm going to start right away. So I'm going to open this one and I'm going to run the server. So running the server, so the server will be started. Okay, so the server started this port, so we are going to copy this. We're going to copy that and we are going to paste it on the browser, so right there. So I'm running offline localhost, that way you can be able to see this. So there is a user that I have created using this staff number and this password, so 3 and that. So I'm just going to log in. So when you log in, you are redirected to this is the installation procedure. You have to just key in this information very fast, but it's a one-time information, you'll never key in again. So maybe curriculum you can say, maybe YouTube school. So maybe date of establishment you can just select from here, but for now I'll just use any. Then school motto, maybe work hard and always, something like that. Then we just click to the next. Then the location of this business, or not the business actually, but the college. Where is the college located? Maybe somewhere like Thika, then Kenya. So this one is located here. Maybe the address, so you can say the address is something like this. Then we just click on the next. So when you log in, you just see the interface. It looks like this. You can be able to see the number of students, number of lecturers, accountants, and the super user. So it have 4 types of users that can be able to log in through the system, and they have the different permission and authorization. So also we have this graph which adjusts accordingly to these numbers of student, lecturers, accountant, or super user. Okay, so we're going to start by setting up the environment, and then we're going to concentrate much on fees. So on this one I'm going to come to here. So under home, when you click home, it's just this, the dashboard. When you go to profile, you can be able to adjust your profile. When you click on this one, you can be able to select another image, assuming that we want to upload this image to be our profile picture, and you can be able to change this also, but I'll just change the image. Then I just click save, and you can see that the image is being updated successfully. So I'll just click on this setup, this one. So here, this is the admin dashboard. This is where you do all your setups. So in school, you register all the courses that are in school, you register them under here. So right now we have 2. I'm going to add one more course. Allow me to call it YouTube. Allow me to call it YouTube course. So it's a course called YouTube course, and the course duration is maybe 3 years. What if you decide to add? You can say maybe this course take 2 years, not 3 years. So it's possible. Just click on that and you just type 2 years. Okay, just type that, then you just click on save. Then you select term 1. The reason of selecting this is that you can be able to key in the amount that's normally paid on this term, maybe something like 2000. And the examination body that this course falls under, it's maybe the requirement. You can type anything there, and finally you have to save. So that's how you add a course. We have added a course. So you register all the courses that you have in your college here, and the courses will appear throughout the system. So you register courses, same price to durations. As you can see, we have just added this 2 years course duration. Also, anything that you can see here is it's possible. It's very possible for you to just click and add or edit to just perform any CRUD operation. I'll just demonstrate by this department. You can click on this department. As you can see, we have just one department. If you click on this addition, you can be able to add maybe business department, something like this, business administration. I don't know, maybe it's a business, something like that. So we have a department called business. So we have 2 departments. So you can add an unlimited number of departments. So it's dynamic, it's open. You can always add whenever you want. So that's how you deal with this one. Also terms, you can see we have term 1 to term 2 to term 3, and you can be able to edit. As you can see, this one are lowercase and this one is uppercase. We can decide that we want them to be uppercase. We just click that, and you just edit to term, it was term 2, so we just click on term 2. So term 1, term 2, and finally we have term 3, so just click on that and just type term 3. Okay, oh, it's already taken, sorry. So because let me go back. So it's term 3, it's supposed to be term 3 like that. Okay, we can be able to edit like that. So this is just the basic setups that we can be able to do. Whenever we register student, they will be registered here. Okay, before I move away from this dashboard, I would like to show you guys something else about fee, because this video is more about fees management. So here we have audit trail. Audit trail will trace what a user logged in and did at what time, and will be saved in the database, and it cannot be edited by anyone. So when something goes wrong, it's always possible to trace who did what at a particular time. So allow me to click on this fees particular. So this fees particulars, this is where you set the fees that is supposed to be paid in a particular course in different terms. So I'm going to click on this and select on this. Maybe I want us to focus on YouTube course. So assuming we have this course called YouTube course, and the term 1, the amount that's normally paid in term 1, we say it's 15,000. Maybe the year 2021, this was the how it is. So we just click on that. So that's term 1. So this YouTube course, term 1, they have to pay 15,000. So we have to add for term 1, term 2, and term 3. So YouTube course, then term 2, then we select, they still pay 15,000, something like that, 15 something, yeah. And the year is still 2020, 2021, we just save like that. So we have 2 right now. Now finally I want to add the last one for the same course, then term 3, and I'm going to write something like maybe 15,000, still 15,000, and the year maybe still is 2021, just like that. Then you are going to save. So we have this. These are the different terms, the amount payable for this course, different term. From term 1, this one is paid like this, the other term 2, this, and this one. So this, you can be able to export this data to PDF, to Excel. You just select the format that you want. Assuming you want to export to CSV, you just click on the CSV, then you just click on the submit. So that CSV will be downloaded. So let's wait for it to open. So as you can see, we have it's returning the ID numbers, the ID of particular element, but as you can see, we have this 15,000 3 times. Okay, so that's how you deal with that. You can also be able to export to Excel, something like that, whichever format that you like. And same case applies to importing. You can import, supposing that you have this data distributed in an Excel sheet. You can be able to import. So just choose the file that you have, assuming that you have the file, and you just click on the format of that file, and just finally you click on submit, and it will be submitted. So finally on setup, maybe something that I can mention is that whenever something's happen, it will always be recorded on the audit trail. So it's always, for security reason, you have to record everything. Any CRUD operation, if you're adding something, you have to record who is adding, why are you adding, and at what time are you adding. When you're deleting, we do the same, and when you're updating, we still do the same. So that's how the audit trail works, and we'll see that in action right now. So let me just go back to the site now. So now that we are familiar with the setup of the system, now we can proceed. So from here we can be able to register students now. So currently you can see the several students that I have registered area. And for demonstration purposes, let me first of all show you that it's possible to export. When you click this on export to PDF, then you select on the course that you want to export. So every student doing this course will be exported in a PDF. So when I click like that, you just see that it's exporting those students who does a course called DIP ICT, and we can be able to see these ones. So that's why you see this department is ICT and the course is just that course that we have searched. Okay, so that's how you export student per course. So it depends on the school requirement, but the one who needed this needed it to be like the way it is, so you just export the course. Well, that's nice. Let's continue. When you register a student, you can be able to print that student data around. So just click on that. If the student have an image, it will be visible here, but if the student have no image, it will take the logo of the school. So we can register a fresh student, and we can say you just click on this add. So the registration number, we can say it's YouTube 002. Maybe this is the registration number. I'll just copy it so that I can be able to paste it. And national ID is not a must, that's why you see there is no red asterisk here. So the name, you can say it's Anne, maybe Anne Wamboy. We can say the last name is something like Kamau, just guessing anything. The phone number is like that. Then we're going to choose an avatar this time. So assuming this is the image of the student, just select it. Intake, maybe January. Department, we can say the department is whichever for now, ICT department. The term, which term are we can select on this one. Maybe we're on term 1, you just select on that. So the student is in term 1. The course, we can decide to select this YouTube course that we have just added. So if you add it on the setup, it will appear here. So you also select on the gender. So maybe this one is female, not maybe, actually it's female. And you select the email address, which should be unique, and finally it's active like that. You click on register. So I'm waiting. Okay, so you can see the student and registration number YouTube 002 is registered successfully. So if it's registered, we can be able to view. So to view now, we are going to come here to students, and we should be able to see our students. So YouTube 002 has been registered. I'll just copy that, and we can be able to print this YouTube 001. As you can see, this image is being rendered. This is the image that we have just uploaded in a minute. We have just uploaded this image, so the images that will be uploaded will be visible here, and the data of that student will appear here, even the admission number. We can be able to sign and stamp. Okay, that's how you do it. So let's continue. So we can be able to edit this student. If I drag it like this, then I click on this edit, I can be able to update this student. So just change anything here, maybe Kamau, we had something like G there, then we just click on register. So it will be updated. The student registration number YouTube 002 updated successfully. So let me show you something cool, something very cool. We have registered a student and we have updated a student. So that record has been kept. So if I go to the setup, then finally I go here to audit trail, this one, audit. When I click on the audit, we can see that student registration happened at this time. So when I click it, I see that user 3, the current logged in user 3, registered a student because the action is student registration, and the object that he registered is this. So we have just registered this, and the system have just captured this and have saved it for security purposes. So as you can see, that user 3 registered YouTube, this one on this page. So that is audit trail, and it's very important because of security, to solve the issue of conflict that can arise when maybe several super users or admin perform a certain task or a particular thing, and you want to really know who did what at that particular time. So let's continue. So that's how you register a student. So simply because now we have a student, we can jump straight to fees. So as you remember that when we were in setup and we came here to fees and to fees particular, we said that YouTube cost term 1 you're supposed to pay 15, term 2 you're supposed to pay 15, and finally term, okay, sorry, my bad, I mean term 1 you're supposed to pay 15, term 2 you're supposed to pay 15 still, and term 3 you're supposed to pay 15. So I want us to just demonstrate how the fee will be processed. So currently we are going to click on the student list, and we are going to check on our student. So as you can see, the student is in term 1. This student that we have just registered, she's in term 1. And actually, before I forget, there is something else, something called here. If I disable this student, as you can see right now, the student is active, I can be able to deactivate that student and will not be able to access the system if I click like that. But for now, I don't want to deactivate that. Okay, so let's continue. So we're going to come here to add fee. Then I'm going to search by admission number. So the admission number, it's YouTube 002, and I'm going to just click on that. So it's term 1, and we had said that on term 1 that student doing any student doing that course is supposed to pay 15,000. That's why you can see we have 15. So assuming this student now decided to pay 1,000, and the transaction code, we can say maybe he paid using M-Pesa, the transaction code is this one, and James was the one who paid, and it was through M-Pesa. So if I pay 15,000, it will be now 15,000 minus 1,000, so the balance or the current arrears will be 14,000. Let's see that in progress. When I click on that, as you can see from here, the last one, Anna Wamboi, this one, YouTube 002, let me zoom, I believe it's visible now. So Anna Wamboi, YouTube 002, the admission number that we have just registered of this course, term 1, was supposed to pay 15,000. He paid 1,000. So 15,000 minus 1,000 is 14,000. And you can be able to print this receipt now for the student. You can be able to print. So it was 15,000. She paid 1,000, and the balance is 14,000. Okay, so that's how you do that. So let's continue. So assuming now that after she paid 1,000, now she's back and she wants to pay extra more. So I'll just search again. So when I search, I should be able to see 14,000 because he had paid 1,000, and we are able to see that. So assuming that this time she decided to clear, so he will pay 14, the full amount of term 1. So 15, then transaction code, something like that. Let me change something else, something small. So I'll click James is the one who paid. Then I select on, maybe it was still on the M-Pesa. So and then I click on pay. So currently now the previous balance was 14,000. She paid 14,000, and the balance is 0. So let me zoom that. The balance was 14. She paid 14, and the balance is 0. Okay, let's continue. And you can also print that receipt to see that. So after he had paid 1,000, now this time he paid 14,000, and now the current balance is 0. So assuming that term 1 is over, now we promote that student to term 2. So that student will be promoted to term 2. So to do that, you click on this edit and click on that edit, then you select on this term, you take that student to term 2 like that, you register. And if you remember on term 2, if I go to setups, then I go on fees particular, still on term 2, she's supposed to pay 15,000. So let's see that in progress. So I'm going to click on add fee. Then I'm going to search by admission number, the admission number that we registered. Then I search like that. And as you can see now, it's 15,000. So assuming that this time she decided that she will pay 5,000 for the first time. The transaction code is, or maybe the check number this time is something like that. So it will be through bank and it's paid by James. So supposing he pay 5,000, the balance will be 10,000. Let's see that. So when I click that and I come here, we can be able to see that she was supposed to pay 15,000. Let me zoom that. He was supposed to pay 15,000, then he paid 5,000, then the balance is 1,000, and she paid through bank, and this was the check number. So we can be able to print this receipt. We can be able to print just clicking on that. So it was supposed to be 15 for term 2, he paid 5, the remaining is 10. So there's a scenario whereby you can find a student never cleared fees for the previous term and we are in the another term. So to demonstrate that, right now we are in term 2, this student is in term 2, assuming that she never paid anything else in term 2. So the balance was 10,000, but now currently we are in term 3. So when I come here, I'll promote that student. This student, I'll promote this student YouTube 002. When I click this, I'll take this student to term 3, bearing in mind that in term 2 this student had a balance of 10k which was not paid, because he paid 5k and it was 15, so the balance was 10. So when I click on register like that, and then I come on the add fee, and then I search by registration number. So what we are expecting is that for term 2 she had a balance of 10k. For term 3 she's supposed to pay 15k. So the total should be 10k for last term, which was term 2, 10k plus 15k. So what I'm trying to say is that as you can see from here, on term 3, this one, she's supposed to pay 15,000, but in term 2, if I go to transaction, the last transaction that she did on term 2, she paid 5,000, but she was supposed to pay 15, so there is a balance of 10,000 that was not paid. So the total will be this previous balance of term 2 plus the current amount that is supposed to be paid for term 3. So that's right. So let's ensure that we have promoted this student to term 3, so she's on term 3. So we are going to click on add fee and we are going to search here. So I search like that. So when I search like that, it will be 10 plus 15, which should be 25. So as you can see, it's 25. So the previous balance was 10 plus the current amount that is supposed to be paid for term 3, which is 15k. So, and so far and so forth. So if she pays 5k now, 5,000, the transaction code to be that maybe was paid by still James. So when I pay like that, you can see that it was 25 when we added the current amount that's supposed to be paid plus the previous balance of term 2, it became 25. So we subtracted 5,000 from this, and now the current balance is 20,000. So you can be able to print that. So 25, which is entails the 15,000 of this current term plus 10,000 of last term, and she paid 5 and the balance is 20 through bank. So that's how you deal with that, the fee. So thank you very much for watching, and before I complete the tutorial, you can be able to register staff still. So you just click on this and you can be able to export all the stuff that you have just like that in PDF, and you can be able to add a stuff, and you select on